All right. Good evening, everyone. No, a few minutes before 7 p.m. No, 1 minute na lang, but we are very excited to start our event or our training this evening. All right. So before we proceed with our with some announcements and our training proper, let me just introduce myself. No, my name is Michelle Arcansalin. I'm your sales manager for Usana Philippines, who is based in our Davao office. So good evening to everyone. Ayan. So we have almost 200 participants in this call already, no? So if you are an upline, if you're a leader of your organization, please do invite no your downlines, most especially yung mga bago, because there are a lot of things to learn from our training this evening, no? And most especially from our invited speaker, all right? So gusto ko lang malaman no from our participants who are in the call, no? Saan ba kayo sa Pilipinas or kung saan man kayo sa mundo ngayon ay saan man kayo ngayon, can you please type in the chat box? Ayan, meron tayong mga taga South Korea, taga Davao, Cagayan de Oro, oy, sa Guam, it's already 9 p.m. Alright, so Pagadian, hello, New Zealand. Ayan, so talagang we are, no, yung ating online business series ay talagang global, alright? Ang daming, we have a lot of associates who are also joining us from not only the Philippines, but also from other countries na talagang global ang ating online business series. And if you're excited, can you please type in the chat box 100% excited. Ayan, medyo mahaba-haba, no? So medyo mahaba-haba, 100% excited to learn tonight from our speaker. Yan, so ganun naman talaga, 'di ba? Every time that we have our training, no, ang dami nating natututunan, and most especially talagang nakaka-excite yung mga ini-invite nating speaker. All right, so we proceed now to a few announcements, no, before we start with our training proper. Yan, let me start with a few announcements. So for tonight, we are going to have, no, this is the second series of our online business series. Syempre, this is the second night, no, every Wednesday. Our topic for this week is become a Usana expert, no? So this is in continuation, no, sa ating topic yesterday. Very powerful speaker yesterday, no, ating Executive Ruby Director Rafael Sinjong, no, who discussed the selling the Usana products, all right? And tonight, we are going to discuss about how to sell the business opportunity. Ayan. So if you're an expert sa product, you should also be an expert in selling the business opportunity of Usana. But before that, we will have some announcement, okay? For this week, yung ating Become a Usana Expert series ng online business. So we had yesterday, Executive Ruby Director, si Rafael Sinjong. And then he talked about the product, becoming a product expert. Tonight, our Emerald Director, Tanya Peke, will be sharing with you how to sell the business opportunity. And of course, tomorrow, all right? Tomorrow, how to build a professional image na. Yan. So, mga basic skills, mga kailangan nating malaman in doing our Usana business. Of course, that will be discussed by one of Usana Philippines' Diamond Director, no? Diamond Director Ivy Sepe. Ayan. So, if you're all excited, mas exciting po ito because, no, our current Leadership Summit incentive trip, no, we are currently on our last 12 weeks. So, please watch this. Ayan, nauna na siya. There you have it, no? Our Leadership Summit in Maldives. This is really one, no, kailangan i-check natin to sa ating bucket list, no. This is a really dream destination for all of us. So that's this is running right now, our Leadership Summit, and our cut-off, no, it started last November 28, 2020, and it will end, no, on May 28, 2021, and we are on our last 12 weeks to qualify for our Leadership Summit in Maldives. If you have not started yet, pwede pang humabol. Pwede pa tayong humabol. So 12 weeks pa, pwede pa tayong humabol. Just in case, you just have to approach your sales managers, no, in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao to help you out on how to monitor your run sa Leadership Summit. And of course, this is very exciting, no? We have just started or opened the registration for our USANA Live, no, the 2021 Asia Pacific Virtual Convention, which will happen on April 23 and 24. So the registration for the registration for the general access is free, but you can also register for VIP access. Ngayon, ano naman ang advantage, no, ng VIP access? Of course, you will have access for 30 days, no? Mapapanood nyo yung Asia Pacific Convention ng 30 days, and you will have access to a lot of trainings, no? Most especially yung ating VIP live group chat with Jay Shetty. Ayan, kung kilala nyo si Jay Shetty, isa siya sa mga inspirational, no, speakers globally. And of course, you will have a chance to have a one-on-one with Dr. Myron Wentz if you have VIP access. So it's a very, very, very rare opportunity that we have na maka-chat or maka one-on-one si Dr. Wentz. So this is really your chance, no? Guys, register for VIP access for the Asia Pacific Virtual Convention. Ayan. So for registration, please visit the hub, okay? So lahat ng instructions doon will be nandun po sa hub yung ating instructions on how you are going to register. And of course, we also sent an email to everyone, no, that the registration is now open. All right? So I hope you will register starting today. And of course, our Sustaining Momentum series in 2021, no? This is going to be our second series for Sustaining Momentum. This will happen on March 18. That's going to be on Thursday. So this training happens every other week, no? Every 2 weeks siya. So we had one last week, and we will have another, no? Sustaining Momentum series na training on March 18. That's going to be Thursday next week. So the topic will be effective presentation skills. Ayan. So kailangan natin tong lahat, 'di ba? Most especially to our new associates. And to give us, no, their expertise in effective presentation skills, we have invited, no, our one of USANA Philippines Executive 2-Star Diamond Director, Rosan Recalde. And of course, yung ating isang bagong Diamond Director, no, na si RV Villanueva. So they will be sharing with you their expertise in terms of effective presentation skills. This is going also to be live, no, sa ating Sustaining Momentum na FB, no, na page. Okay? So if you haven't joined that page yet, please, no, i-request nyo na maka-join kayo dun sa Facebook Live na yon or Facebook page, so you can review, no, all the trainings that we have for the Sustaining Momentum, kung gusto nyong balik-balikan yung mga trainings. Okay, and right now, the most exciting part, no, ito yung mga talagang discussions natin sa lahat ng ating mga associates, bago, executive gold, and below, at sa ating mga future, no, na mga magiging members of our organization. This is our ongoing Team Up Step Up Travel Incentive Trip in 2022. Ayan. So we are all going to Bali, Indonesia. Okay? We are all going to Bali, Indonesia. This is one of the most exciting, no, at most visited countries in Asia Pacific, no, ang Bali, Indonesia, because of its very beautiful beaches, mga resorts, of course, mga landmarks nila, no, ng Bali, Indonesia, and of course, the food, no, kapag travel incentive, food is life. Ayan. So we will be tasting no very distinct no cuisine ng Indonesia. So that is one of our travel destination for the team of Step Up. So what are the main objectives of this incentive trip? The incentive trip itself is only the icing on the cake. Okay? Papremyo yun sa mga hardworking associates natin. But really, the objective is to bring more people to USANA. Of course, alam naman natin yung mechanics ng Team Up Step Up is to really bring people. It's like running your Premier Platinum Pay Setter status, all right? Your Pay Setter status in USANA. You bring more people to your organization. And this is really one of the most, this is really the requirement no, of really being, starting up your business para maging successful ka in the future. You bring in more people because we are in a people business. Kailangan maraming tao, maraming leaders sa ating organization. And this Team Up Step Up incentive trip is one way for you to establish and set the pace of your USANA business. And of course, syempre, it will also create team momentum. Syempre, hindi ka naman pwedeng mag-run no, ng Team Up Step Up kung ikaw lang mag-isa. So, kailangan mo ng tulong ng inyong team members. So, if this is really going to be the culture of your team, no, yung pagiging pag-create ng momentum, pag-create ng tulong-tulong kayo to really hit the goal of your team, this incentive trip or this program is really for you. And of course, you develop teamwork in your respective organization. Dahil alam natin, tulong-tulong tayong lahat, no? Tulong-tulong tayong lahat. We will not let, no, anybody or kung hindi natin pwedeng gusto natin tulungan lahat ng ating downlines, ng ating team members or business partners who are executive gold and below to join us no doon sa ating incentive trip in Bali, Indonesia next year. Hindi naman pwedeng taga-cheer lang yung iba, hindi naman pwedeng taga-nood lang no sa mga photos natin. So definitely we would love them also to join us in this travel incentive. So that are these are the objectives of the incentive trips, of the Team Up Step Up na incentive trip program. So the qualification period, we are currently on our period 1 and it will end on May 14, no? So for those who are running for the 3,000 for period 1, we still have few weeks to go, no? Actually, mahaba pa yon to really hit your goal for period 1. And of course, for period 2, we have 13 weeks, May 21 to August 13. And of course, period 3, we have August 20 to November 12. Okay, how are we going to qualify? We have simplified the mechanics for this year. We have trip 42, trip 44, and trip 46. And for you to be able, to hit the trip 42, it's you have to generate 4,500 sales volume points. Now, the sales volume points are the points that you get when you buy a product. Example, you buy a Essentials. For the benefit of those who are new, no, mga bagong associates, for example, you buy a pair of Essentials, that's 34 points. Magagamit nyo yun dito sa Team Up Step Up na travel incentive. Okay? If you, syempre meron pa tayong mga ibang mechanics. Alright? The 4,500, you have to generate that. Diba we have 3 period? So the 2 periods, you have to generate 4,500 each period. Okay? 4-5 and 4-5. Or you have to generate 9,000 sales volume points sa isang period for you to be able to get the level 1 with the price of trip 42. Okay? Next is the trip 44, level 2, you have to generate 9,000 sales volume points in one period at yung dalawang period ay 4,500 each. Or dalawang period doon, 9,000 sales volume points. 9,000 sales volume points in period 1 and in period 2, 9,000 sales volume points. All right. Next is for you to be able to bring along 5 of your friends or family members. That's level 3. Lahat po ng periods kailangan 9,000 sales volume points. Lahat ng period. And as an additional to that, you get at least 4 new associates who activated the business center each period. Okay? Next is new rank advancement. Now, if you're aiming to hit the 4,500 sales volume points, isa sa mga direct sponsor mo, alright? Isa sa mga direct sponsor mo, kailangan mag-rank advance to sharer. Or if you're planning to hit the 9,000 sales volume points, dalawa sa direct sponsor mo, kailangan mag-rank advance to sharer. So just always remember guys, that every period, kailangan ng fresh points, kailangan ng bagong 4 na associates who activated their business center, and kailangan ng bagong rank advancement to sharer. Alright? So, every nag-change tayo ng period, kailangan fresh lahat or bago lahat ng members of your team. So, that's the team up step up. You have to opt in now. Alright? Very important that you have to opt in. You visit the hub and opt in today. Ayan. So, ayan na no, halatang minadali ko na kasi gustong-gusto na nating marinig yung i-share or gusto na nating marinig yung mga learnings natin from our speaker for this evening. Ayan. So, gusto ko kasi i-introduce ang ating speaker this evening na the proper way. Alright? So, okay, ayan. So, I'm just getting the copy, no, para maganda yung pagkaka-introduce ko sa kanya. So, our speaker for tonight is a mompreneur. She is also a graduate of Interdisciplinary Studies in Ateneo de Manila University. Now, previously, no, she managed their family business in Davao. She was originally from Davao and worked in Singapore. Ayan yung mga OFW natin na mga associates dyan, makaka-relate din dito. Now, their achievement, no, in USANA was USANA Singapore Top Income Awardee. No, naging awardee sila ng Top Income in Singapore. And USANA Singapore Top Growth. Ayan, they also belong to the growth circle ng Singapore. They also have multiple travel incentives, and they are USANA Philippines Top Emerald rank Q1 and Q2 in 2020. So alam natin yung mga top in rank, no? So sila yung nag-top sa Visayas for 2020 for their rank ng Emerald. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our speaker, Ma'am Tanya Peke, Emerald Director. Good evening, Tanya. Ay, naka-mute. Wait lang.
Ayan, good evening. Thank you, Ma'am Mitch. Ayan, thank you, everyone. So, good evening, everyone. Good morning pala. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. No? Kung nasaan man kayo sa buong mundo ngayon. Ayan, so, before I start, no, I know kanina maraming nagsabi na nung sa mga location nila, pero alam ko marami ring pumasok na bago, no? So can you just please type in your location right now in the world? Kung nasaan ba kayo sa mundo ngayon. Wow, may mga taga Riyadh, Baguio, Germany, Australia, Cebu, Davao. Talagang worldwide ang ating Zoom call today. So, how has your week been so far, guys? Kamusta kayo? Stressful ba? Masaya ba? Ayan, okay? So, ano ba yung naging nyo this week? Mga highlights for the week. So, anyway, before I start, no, alam nyo ba guys, middle of the week na, and malapit nang matapos ang first quarter. Grabe. Sobrang bilis, no? 2021. Malapit na matapos yung first quarter. So, but before I start, I always start this way, no, when I am asked to train. So, I would like to ask everyone to type in our Zoom room, what are you thankful for since the beginning of 2021? Meron ba kayo, one thing lang that you are thankful for? Sige nga, gusto ko makita sa ating Zoom. Being alive, good health. Thankful for you, Sana. For growth, for presence of both parents, for family. Ayan, no? So, madami. For health, for family. So, everything, no? So, talagang one thing that the reason why I started this way, kasi we are forced, diba, to see the blessings instead of focusing on what is negative. Kasi madaming negative po sa world ngayon. Huwag na tayo mag-focus sa kanila. We'll focus on the positive, right? So my task tonight actually is to talk about how to sell the business opportunity of USANA. All right. So before anything else, also I would like to thank the USANA corporate team for inviting me to speak tonight. So, ayan. So, I will be sharing my screen po to introduce myself formally. So, pwedeng pa-type 4. O, di ba? Ibang number na naman tayo. 4. Type 4 naman, guys, kung first time nyo ko marinig or first time nyo ko makilala. Uy, ang dami. Maraming people. Alright, great. Alright, wow. First time niyo po akong marinig at first time makilala. Great. Thank you, everyone. So, before I'd like to introduce myself kanina. Sabi nga ni Miss Mitch, no? So, she introduced my background. Ayan. So, but, ayan, I want to also talk about my family first, no? So, my background, kung saan ba ako nanggaling and how I am going to be able to relate to this topic tonight. So, ayun, I'm an educational therapist by profession. We used to work in Singapore. So, kami ng husband ko, and we're OFWs, no, before. So, my family background po, I grew up, no, unlike any other family. So, unlike other families, di ba yung lagi po nating narinig sa mga training na laging sinasabi sa kanila ng kanilang parents, oh, mag-aral kayo ng mabuti para makahanap kayo ng magandang pakitype na magandang trabaho. 'Di ba? Yan yung always laging sinasabi ng parents. Pero po, ako iba. Alright? Ang aking parents, ang lagi nilang sinasabi is, walang yumayaman sa pagka-empleyado, kailangan ka magnegosyo. So, iba talaga yung parents ko. They're the complete opposite, no? So, that's why growing up, no, actually, very true to life talaga tong aking, itong cash flow quadrant ni Robert Kiyosaki. Because my parents talaga, ang kanilang training sa amin is really B. Okay, to be in business. So that's why po, when we were even little kids, no, they would let us assist in our different businesses in Davao. So, kaya actually, after I graduated from Ateneo Manila, ang only option was, hindi magtrabaho, pero umuwi ng Davao, okay? Para to handle our different businesses in Davao. So, actually po, we have a few businesses in Davao. And yun yung mga hinandle ko before, no? So, but, syempre, if hindi kasi ikaw yung gumawa ng business or nag-set up ng business, parang hindi talaga siya kumbaga hindi siya sa puso mo, tama? So, but, kaya nga actually noon, I tried to go on my own po, diba? From B, business, kung nabasa niyo po yung cash flow quadrant ni Robert Kiyosaki, meron din yung S, self-employed. So, actually po, I trained in UP Diliman to be an educational therapist naman. So, I set up my own clinic in Davao, no? And I handled kids who had special needs. So, but, dun ko po talaga din nakita, pag self-employed ka, no, you have to market yourself. So, kailangan ikaw talaga yung maghanap ng way para you'll have students, no? So, pero, dun ko din na-realize yung isang reality na if wala kang students or wala kang pasyente, kung doctor ka or kunyari architect ka, wala kang projects, wala ka ding income, okay? Diba? So, kung nagkasakit ka, wala din yun. So, yun yung reality talaga. No, if you are a self-employed person. So, that's why actually things changed, no? After we got married, we decided to move to Singapore. So, dun po talaga actually, I experienced naman being employed. So, baliktad po yung aking path, no? Kung makita nyo. So, dun po I experienced being employed. So, first time ko po talaga na-employ nung time na yon. And, syempre, abroad pa. So, alam naman po natin ang hirap din po, no? So, maganda lang po yung abroad sa Facebook, okay? Pero in reality, mahirap siya. So, type 1 naman sa mga people dyan who are working abroad. So, I salute you, no? Kasi alam ko po gaano kahirap ang magtrabaho na malayo sa family. And especially if iba yung mga bosses mo din. So, at that time, actually, no, when I was working abroad, there were times talaga po na grabe po yung health concerns namin ng aking husband. So ako, I would have falling hair, tapos nagkaka-UTI po ako like 5 times in a year, no? And then, hindi po ako mabuntis. So I had so much health concerns. My husband had allergic rhinitis. So yung parents namin, or parents ko would always call us, sabi niya, anong mangyayari sa inyo dyan? You're earning in dollars, but you're sacrificing your health. Sabi niya, why not focus, hanap kayo ng ways to earn other income? So, alam niyo po, because my mom was very concerned, Ayan, babalikan ko yung B mamaya. Alam niyo po ay, nilipad niyo talaga ako sa Singapore. Okay. So, ayan, no? So, that's my mom in the picture. Yung isang babae dyan. And if you notice po, may bit-bit po siyang isang business partner. Sige nga, alam ko kilala niyo siya, okay? Of course, our two-star diamond director, no? Mentor Duard Recalde. So, yun yung dala nung mom ko. Alright? So, actually, before pumunta si Mommy, she has been doing the Usana business na for 2 years. So, pero po, negative po ako. Ayun yung secret doon. Okay? So, kaya actually, hindi ko po talaga tiningnan yung Usana opportunity at that time. So, I was very negative. So, that's why si Mommy, kasi hindi nga niya ako mapresentahan or ayaw ko at that time, ang asawa ko po ang kanyang niligawan for the business. So, kung makita niyo sa picture, wala ako dyan eh. So, yung husband ko yung nandyan, yung nasa gitna, no, yung naka-darker gray. So, of course, at that time, no, so ang husband ko naman was very open-minded, okay? So, siya po talaga when he heard, syempre, kung si Mentor Duard ba naman yung kakausap sa'yo about the business, diba? Talagang pa-positive ka agad, okay? So, ayun po, so he was very positive. Kaya right after this meeting, maski wala po ko dyan, he decided, silang dalawa din ng mga friends niya, decided to do this business right away. So, but guys, meron na ako isang secret pa. After that po, that my husband was doing the business, negative pa rin po ako. Grabe, no? So, grabe talaga ang aking pagka-negative, no? So, 2011, nag-start yung aking husband. 2013 na rin po ako naging positive about the business. But yan, ikukwento ko po yan, no? Anyway, so, why was I negative? All right. So, number one po, it was because of professional pride. So, ayoko man siyang aminin, pero totoo, at that time, no, parang feeling ko, because you're a graduate of some school, you have your license, you're an educational therapist, you used to manage, different businesses before, and then I was actually one thesis away from a master's degree. So, feeling ko, parang, ma-pride ka. Pero actually, wala namang makain yung pride natin, di ba? So, talagang, yun yung misconception, yung at that time, no, it was my professional pride that hindered me to do the business. And number two po was actually misconceptions of the industry. Okay? So, ano po ba yung mga misconceptions? Di ba? Yung normal misconceptions na naririnig natin, no? Yung pyramiding scheme, yung sa taas lang yung kumikita, tapos na-saturate na yung market. Actually po, I was just misinformed and uninformed. So, to be honest po with you, there was an instant pause that si Mentor Duard went to Singapore. And actually, that was 2 years after my husband was already in the Usana business, na he trained us, and that's when my eyes opened to the reality of the beauty of the network marketing industry and Usana itself. No? So, kaya po actually natanggal lahat ng mga misconceptions ko about the industry. So, I realized na maganda pala talaga siya. So, and then, hindi na ako bumalik sa aming family business or started my career again. I saw that Usana was the perfect business that God has led me to. So tonight, yun yung explain ko why Usana is the perfect business for us and for our prospects. All right. So Usana itself, the company itself, guys, grabe na, right? So it's an internationally recognized company for high quality science-based nutritional products, diba? Healthy food, personal products, and skincare products. And the network marketing industry pa, kasi before marami tayong so ano ba talaga yung definition ng network marketing? Actually, it is a system of moving products from the factory to the consumer through a team of loyal users, competent retailers, and excellent organization builders. So legit. Tama, legit talaga siya. So why are we, how do we sell naman the Usana or the business opportunity natin na effectively? So guys, tonight, I will have 5 points, okay? So, pero I want you to take note of the first letter of each point that I will have. May pa-quiz ako, okay? So, later on, if makuha niyo po yung aking acronym, may pa-prize ako. Well, tingnan natin kung sino yung pwede yung pa-prize. Baka mamaya, hindi ko kayo kilala. No? But anyway, at least you will understand and maalala nyo kung paano kayo kumbaga, you sell the opportunity of Usana. Plus, you will stay until the end of the training. Alright? So, anyway, number 1 po talaga na reason why Usana is or the best opportunity is number 1, is because of this letter. Letter C. Ano ba yung letter C? So, capital for the business. Okay? Ang capital na ilalabas natin sa business. Bakit important yan? So, before I explain this, so, kung meron kayo, I have a question. If you're given money or capital to set up a business, except you sana ha, bawal hindi pwedeng sagot ang you sana. Ano yung kind of business na gusto nyong umpisahan? Ayan, sige, pwede pa-type po sa chat box natin. Ano yung klaseng business ang gusto nyong umpisahan? Coffee shop? Ayun, nakita ko. Restaurant? Wow. Coffee shop? Madami talaga nagko-coffee shop, no? Laundromat, milk tea, trucking, food business. Ayan. So, wow. Wow, very participative naman lahat ng ating audience, no? Thank you, guys. Restaurant, I see so much food business talaga, no? So, actually, yun po talaga maraming going into the food business. So, thank you for all your answers, no? So, one thing that people would normally think if they want to go into a business is food. Nothing wrong with it. Kasi, diba, pakita natin na it's really a need, no? And some have really thrived in this business. But as one well-known MLM guru would say, if hindi mo siya talaga linya, if mahilig ka lang kumain, tapos bigla kang gusto gawa ng restaurant, kumain ka na lang. Okay, wag ka nang magtayo ng restaurant. So kidding aside, actually po, my family also started a restaurant business years ago. Pero, the reason why they started, kasi gusto lang talaga nila yung Thai food. Yun yung reason. So, yung mom ko po architect, yung dad ko banker. So, talagang malayo, no, sa mga kanilang linya. So, when they started the business, gusto ko lang kasi makita nyo yung reality of also putting up a restaurant. Okay? So, ito po yung cost, no? Yung namin at that time when we started a restaurant business. So, initial setup, syempre guys, pag tatayo kayo, you have to renovate, no? Wherever you are, you have to renovate. Ano yung renovation cost namin? 500,000 po yung renovation cost. Grabe, no? Tapos kitchen equipment, 500,000. Insurance mo, mag-insurance ka pa. May mga salary, benefits, security, 12,000. Product inventory, yung pagkain, you have to market food, and then bibili ka pa ng mga plato. So, tray, ang dami mo kailangan i-consider. And then, of course, your rent. Okay? That's very crucial kasi syempre, doon talaga nadadali yung tao because of the rent. So, initial startup cost pa po yun. Right? Now, you also have operational expenses, yung binabayaran po natin monthly, right? So, monthly rental, depending on your location, nasa mga 50 to 100,000 yan. Utilities pa, actually, konti nga tong 10,000, no? So, actually, may tubig, kuryente, di ba? Dami mong binabayaran, no? And, yun, salaries of the people. Kasi if you are in a restaurant business, madami kang waiters, kitchen crew, right? And then, of course, guys, kailangan tayo magbayad ng tax, di ba? So, ano pa din yun, malaki. And then, yung supplies din. So, malaki po talaga ang cost to start up a restaurant business. Okay? So, dun ko na-realize, although nothing wrong ha, kung talagang but dito ko na talaga na, mahirap. Dito nag-open yung reality sa akin na mahirap para to be in a traditional business. And not only that po, we had several businesses as well. So, I was also handling our jewelry business na ang aming rolling capital would be about 10 million almost every year. Ganun po yung reality noon. Nag-taxi business din po kami. We had, nag-franchise din po kami ng Chowking. So, I saw the pros and cons of all these types of businesses. That's why po, when I got into Yosana, sabi ko, grabe, nakita ko talaga na amazing. Kasi guys, ito lang ha, ito. How much tayo naman mag-set up? Gusto ko po ng makita nyo naman yung difference. To set up naman, Yosana business, okay? One-time startup lang. Alam mo yung ating startup? 1 BC or 3 BC, diba? Yun lang yun, no? 1 BC or 3 BC lang. So, kung yari, mag-start ka pa ng 1 business center, that's only 20,000. More or less, no? 500 points, then 50,000 lang. That is your startup compared to having a traditional business. So, even if you start as kung yari, maliit lang na tindahan, malaki pa rin yung cost nun because renovation alone, kulang po ang 50,000. Alright? And, auto-order natin. So, this would be equivalent to what we call the operate or the, operational expenses, yung monthly expenses natin. Alright? So, one business center, guys, 8,000 lang kung tatlong essentials lang yan. 8,000 lang po yung operational expenses natin. And sa 3 business centers, 17,550 lang kung essentials nun to. Yan lang yung operational expenses natin. That's why I always say, no, especially sa team namin, when you are in USANA, when you start your USANA, tama, may nagsabi mababenta pa. Tama yun, no? You actually can sell it pa, no? So, and I always say nga, when you are in the USANA business, tanggalin po natin, di ba pag umupo kayo, magpa-prospect kayo, or gagawin nyo yung normal natin na ginagawa, inviting, no, the skills that we have, take out your employee hat and put on an entrepreneur hat. Para doon nyo po ma-realize na when you're an entrepreneur, these things, no, we are very blessed to have a business like this na actually zero risk. Why do I say zero risk? Sabi nga kanina, no, you have products that you can sell. Tama? And those products that you can sell, babalik sa'yo. So, wala ka talagang actually investment. Plus, big income potential pa. Okay? So, one of our, our mentors would always say, actually, ang pinakalugi mo dito sa business natin, kung hindi mo talaga siya mabenta, inumin mo siya lahat, healthy ka pa. Tama? So, that is ang pinakalugi natin, guys, maging healthy tayo. So, use the products. Tama yun, no? You're using the products. So, talagang, that is the ano. And, I want us to also appreciate that we are a multi-million dollar company. $1 billion na nga tayo ang USANA. So, malaki po talaga yung potential ng business natin, no? So, if we only treat, like, kung kunyari po kayo, you set up a business like what we set up before, diba, you will really work hard para mabawi po yun. Yung ROI mo, diba, yung return of investment mo, babawiin mo. So, you work hard, you market, no? So, that's what we don't appreciate. Kasi feeling natin, konti lang naman nating nilabas. So, hindi natin masyado na-appreciate or hindi natin vina-value yung business na meron tayo na pwedeng malaki pala yung potential niya talaga for our family and for the future, right? So, yun ha, capital, small capital compared to other businesses and big income potential. Alright? So, yun po yung ating C. Pakitype nga dyan, C for capital. Sige nga, para at least alam natin na maalala nyo to mamaya. Alright? C for capital. Great, great. Grabe naman tong audience natin, okay? So, next naman, alright? So, before I, move on to my next point, no? Sino po ba dito sa inyo are currently employed? Okay? Currently employed right now. So, type E for employed. E, ayun, madami. Currently employed. Very good. Okay. So, diba in employment, before the pandemic, or even during the pandemic, I know when you're employed also, you're sacrificing something as well. Diba? You have sacrificed some stuff para to be employed. Tama? Mas lalo na yung nasa abroad, no? So, what are the sacrifices that you have made, no? Because you are employed. Ano po ba yung mga sacrifice na yun? Like time for family? Pwede ba yun? Time. Nakita ko yung time. Ano pa? Ano pa yung ibang mga sacrifices nyo, guys? Sleep. Okay, sleep. Tama. Freedom. Grabe talaga yung sleep, no? Okay, no? Time, health, sleep, finances, no? So, we have sacrificed actually a lot, no? When we are when we are employed, no? So, pareho din. Business, no? And then employment, we have sacrifices as well. So, before pandemic, when we were doing or we're starting our USANA business, we also had sacrifices. Tama? But, ngayon, na-appreciate ko po talaga how our business has been flexible in the time of pandemic. So, ano po may sabihin kung, paano po masabing flexible? Kasi ngayon po, pwede na tayong ano yung no? Online business, diba? So, we can do the business online and we can do the business offline as well. Tama? So, right now, sige, before I want this to book kasi sobrang, I want to see kasi din the audience. I want to hear from the audience as well, no? That's why lagi ko kayong pinapatype, right? So, ngayon, I want to know naman, sino po dito started their business before the pandemic? Please type J. Before the pandemic. J, uy, madami din. Alright, madami-dami din tayo, no? So, J, okay. So, I'm sure, relate kayo dito sa offline, no, business ng, na when we were doing it before the pandemic, ano ba yun? Nag-house to house presentations, right? Nag-office training, di ba? Okay, conventions, tapos yan, special events, pupunta tayo ng Manila, di ba? Yun yung ating mga pinanggagawa before, right? Tapos yan, local lang talaga yung market natin. So I'm sure lagi tayong ano ng mga joke, no? Yung mga gusto magkape, di ba? Yan yung always natin kasi yun talaga yung ano natin before, no? And then personal meetups. Although we miss all of these, right? Yung mga house to house talaga. So yun yung ginawa natin offline before, no? So bakit Jay? Kasi guys, Jurassic na tayo sa sana. De, joke lang po. Jurassic kasi Jay, no? Kasi nga yun nga, because before the dinosaurs, grabe taman dinosaurs. So, ayun. So, offline business. But, when you're in the pandemic, during the pandemic, grabe, dun ko nakita talaga, parang mas na-appreciate ko po talaga yung business natin. Because, flexible. Tama? Online na po lahat. Biglang in one click, we can do our business online. Diba? Ano pa? Anywhere, everywhere, you can do our business. So, may nakikita po ang leaders. Nasa beach, nagbe-business, di ba? Nasa mountain, nagbe-business, no? So, anywhere on everywhere, basta may internet po, kaya po talaga nating mag-business, right? And what else? Dito, actually before, alam naman natin na global yung market natin, but we didn't appreciate it, di ba? Wala naman, hindi masyado tayo nakakita ng maraming prospects abroad, hindi natin masyado na maximize. But right now, I'm sure a lot of you have been talking to people outside the Philippines also, or if you are abroad, no, marami kayong na-market na ibang bansa, tama? So yung good thing nun, actually, you're doing the business in 24 countries or more, right? So yun yung global na talaga yung market natin. So may kausap tayo sometimes in a Zoom call, 'di ba? Parang 4 continents, no? In one Zoom setting. So amazing, no? The power of technology and the power of our business right now. And less operational expenses. So, hindi na yung kape sa Starbucks, okay, kape sa bahay, di ba? So, mas tipid yung ating mga kape ngayon, no? So, less yung operational expenses natin. Internet lang, walang travel time, di ba? So, wala tayong masyadong gasto sa gas, no? So, grabe, amazing, no, na ating operational expenses lesser na now. And ito yung na-appreciate ka din. Ngayon, available na trainings like this every single day, no? Free of charge, right? And ang corporate, they're very supportive sa trainings. And right now, like unlike before po, we would gabi naman yung ship, no? Parang fly in leaders from different different places para lang mag-train sa amin sa Cebu or umilipad kami sa ibang places to train, no? So magastos po talaga, but right now sobrang supportive lahat ng leaders natin in USANA, that they are really big. Yung first time that we're able to listen to different leaders from from different teams, 'di ba ngayon, and we get to know them. So that's talaga the power of our portable business. So, online and offline. So, even if mag-okay na tayong situation or quote and quote back to normal tayo, but right now we have seen the power that we can do it online and offline. Amazing, no? Amazing portable business. So that is one of the things that you can actually tell your prospect as well na you can do this home based. So amazing nga ngayon, I can meet many mompreneurs na dati hindi po makalabas because may mga anak, no, na hindi pwedeng maiwan. Ngayon, maraming mompreneurs na ang gumagawa ng business kasi pwede lang nila gawin online with their kids, no? And itong pinaka-favorite ko po sa lahat, the business family balance, no? So after a Zoom training or Zoom presentation, you can take care of your kids, you can exercise or do anything else kasi you're at home lang, no? So mas productive actually yung time natin ngayon with this online and portable business natin. Alright, so power of online business, kung makita niyo po ito, diba, before when you have a 9 to 5 work or ayan, so wala kang freedom, walang money kasi nga magastos and wala ding time. Self-employed naman, although wala kang freedom, merong money kasi because your own company, wala din time actually, no? And online business natin ngayon, nakita natin may freedom, may money, and may time. So talagang grabe ang powerful. So ano na po yon? C is capital, O is online, offline. Alright, so alalahanin po natin niya, C, O. Alright, online, offline, and then capital. Alright, so next po actually, Okay, my next point right now is, okay, so I wanna ask you something naman. So if, kasi I know right now, madami po din tayo na, syempre, no, if we are, a lot of people right now are lacking income because of the pandemic, no, so marami din talagang kailangang gastusin, ano, no, so, pero, sometimes, hindi talaga natin matutrade some things that are priceless, okay? So, for example lang, if I were to buy, bilihin ko po yung mga mata nyo for 100,000, papayag po ba kayo? Type yes kung yes kung papayag kayo, or no. Talagang no, no. Sige. What if tasan ko pa yung presyo. 1 million for both of your eyes. 1 million, guys. Still no? Talaga, ha? Okay, sige. What if, taasan ko konti. 10 million, bibilhin ko yung mata nyo. Papayag kayo, hindi. Third eye daw yung third eye. Pwede yung third eye na lang. Ayan. No pa din, diba? So, ganun po talaga ka-priceless yung ating katawan. Tama? Very priceless, no? Not any of our body part we can sell for any amount. So, why is it that we put cheap products in our body? So, diba? Priceless po yung katawan natin. Dapat we have good or the best products that we put in our body, or the best food, diba, that we put in our body, healthy food, no, not just the products. So actually, in Usana, one of our things that we can sell as business opportunity natin is we have value for money. Okay? So ano po ba yung value for money? Right? So kung makikita nyo po, we manufacture our own products. So that is one thing that we should be proud about, no? So we have been to the Salt Lake City factory natin, no, sa Usana, and nakita po talaga namin, guys, grabe po talaga yung paggawa nating products, na parang maisip mo, napakamura ng products natin sa kanyang pinagdadaanan na lahat ng mga processes, no? So unlike other companies po, we manufacture our own products, and not only that, we manufacture high-quality, science-based products. Okay? So, yun yung kagandahan sa kanya, kasi nga may value for money yung ating priceless na katawan na aalagaan natin because of the products that we take. Alright? And it is consumable health and wellness products as well. So, meron talagang repeat order, 'di ba? So mapansin niyo 'yan with your customers. We really have laging parang kung naubusan sila, talagang they would really want more kasi na feel nila ano yung difference sa kanilang katawan. And ang ating products po, discounted products yan upon sign up. Okay? Discounted products talaga siya about sign up. And we have ability, ito yung pinaka-the best, you have the ability to build a business. So, yung value mo, hindi lang products. Yung binili mo na 200 points, na 500 points, it has the ability to build a business, not just for yourself, for your family as well. And it is a potential for you to, have the freedom that you want, the time and financial freedom. Alright? So, yun ha, ability to build a business. You have value for your money. Okay? So, okay, value for money. And then, okay naman. Sige, ito. Before I type this, or before I say the next one, okay, so if anything, right now, I wanna ask a question. Diba with this pandemic, nakita po din natin na sobrang unpredictable yung mga pangyayari. Okay? So, I know you have friends or family, or may mga kilala kayo, mga na nagkasakit because of the pandemic, no, or marami nawala. So, if anything happens to you today, all right, what are you able to leave for your family? Okay, meron ba kayong maiiwan para sa pamilya ninyo if God forbid may mangyari po sa inyo? Okay, meron ba? Patingin nga, ano bang love? Okay, memories, investment, house, insurance, okay, memories. Yan. Insurance, very good. Meron talaga mga inheritance. Oh, charot. Ba't may charot pa yun? Utang! Okay, grabe, utang. So ayan, so 'di ba, ano po ba yung pwede natin maiiwan sa ating family? So that is important to think, no? Kasi I don't know if actually po, ito medyo ano, but I realized this nung namatay si Kobe Bryant, okay? So although alam natin na mayaman si Kobe Bryant, 'di ba? So nung naisip ko siya, sabi ko grabe siya lang yung breadwinner kumbaga sa family nila. But marami matalino din si Kobe Bryant, 'di ba? Madami siyang iniwan din na investments for his family, no? So hindi nagutom yung kanyang pamilya. So if tayo ngayon, 'di ba? Kung maiwan ba natin family, meron ba tayong maiiwan sa kanila na maging beneficial sa kanila. So that is the beauty also of our Usana business right now. Why? Because our Usana business is inheritable. Okay? So, yan po yung maganda, inheritable. Please type nga inheritable. Okay? Pakilagay dyan para talagang maalala natin na inheritable. So, alam mo, ito po yung isa sa mga na-appreciate ko talaga about this business. So, I didn't know this before until there was a convention that we attended in Singapore. No? So, dun po talaga yung merong portion doon na they were passing on or parang nakukwento nila na pinas on sa kanila yung business ng Usana. So sabi ko, grabe, that's really true. Parang totoo pa talaga yung sinasabi natin, no? Na it can be passed on. It is an inheritable business, no? So there are marami tayong pwede mapa-inherit. Sabi yung kanina, utang, pwede din mapa-inherit, no? But yun na, we work hard for this, although we don't have, may iba sa inyo siguro wala pang mga anak, no? Pero looking into the future, we should build a business that is inheritable, right? So, inheritable business. So, building a business that can be passed on from generation to generation. Okay? So, yun, no? May nagsabi na ito yung nagpa-yes daw sa kanila to join the Usana business. O, diba? So, that is a selling proposition or a selling point talaga natin. Okay? And then next one, building a legacy that will last longer. So, kanina, I was talking to my husband, sabi niya, iba yung inheritable, okay? And iba din yung building a legacy. So, inheritable kasi, it's something that can be inherited but cannot last long. Okay? So, ang kagandahan ng sa'yo sana, it's not only an inheritable business, but it is also a business na can build a legacy. Bakit ko po nasabing legacy? So, it is not just the business that is inheritable, guys, but the character, the work ethics, and the resilience that our children will see when we're doing the business, and this can be passed on to them as well. So ito po yung isa sa mga tinuro din ng mentors namin, no, na when you're doing the business, ang isipin mo din how you are doing the business and why you are doing the business. Diba? And your children, if you are a mom or a dad, they see how you are doing it. Are you doing it with resilience? Diba? If may something pong mangyari, magkukwit ka ba agad? Or do you rise up to the occasion and face the battle, as I say, no? As they say, right? So, meron din yung work ethic mo. Tama? Are you doing the business excellently? No? Are you building your character? Diba? So, when you're doing the business. So, hindi lang kasi yung negosyo itself, no, ang napapasa mo, pero kung paano mo ginagawa yung negosyo. Tama? So, actually po, yan yung mga napapansin din namin sa aming mga anak, no? So, there was one time, kwento lang, very briefly. So, we went to sa mountains, no? And then we saw there, syempre nag-camp kami, ganun, mahilig po kasi kaming mag-camp family. So, my son, may nakita siyang little boy na 6 years old. Siguro mga ganyang halos kaedad niya. And syempre, in the farm, the kids would really, syempre, mag-ano talaga sila, no? Yung, sila yung magta-take care ng mga goats, ng mga ng farm, no? Nag-shovel or ganyan. So, nakita yun ng anak ko the whole time, no? So, may nakita siyang bata na nagkarga ng isang kambing, okay? May nakita siyang bata, nag-araro, diba? So, the whole time, he was seeing all of these kids doing work, no? So, and then, on our way home, bigla siya, tas parang meron din siya nakita on our way home sa daan, na isang bata din na nagbebenta, no? So, actually, yung pagkita na doon, all of those kids, sabi niya, Mama, sabi niya, I'm the only 6-year-old kid who's not working, sabi niya. Can you give me some work, no? Para daw, siya, productive, ganyan. So, natawa ako kasi parang nakita niya na siguro yung work ethic ba, na, sometimes, no, children don't copy what you say, they copy what you do. All right. So that's why it's very important for us, no, even if we're struggling, they see that we bounce back in our business. Okay? So I is inheritable. Ayan. So alam ko yung iba excited na sa next letter. Okay. D, tama. Okay, D. So ano ba yung D? Okay. So D is actually dedicated USANA leaders, mentors, team, and USANA corporate staff. So guys, actually, ito yung one thing that I appreciate about our business right now. Why? Okay, so there is mentoring and coaching. So if kung I don't know kung sino po sa inyo ang naka-experience na rin mag-business before, any traditional business, no? So if you are going to avail of kumbaga consultations for your business to grow your business, you have to pay. And mahal po yung mga consultants, business coaches, mahal yung mga fee nila. Okay? In USANA, grabe yung mentoring nila, no, na parang they coach you, no, they're very dedicated, no, for free. People in our mentors, our leaders, they would really dedicate their selfless in really teaching us, no, how to do the business right. So, yun yung everybody in USANA has a role to play in the growth of each other's business. So, yun yung maganda, teamwork talaga tayo, no, and hindi ka pabayaan. So, maraming mga leaders no si Sinzo na lang, 'di ba? Pero patuloy nag-reach out din sa kanilang mga teammates, no? And that is why that is very important kasi unlike other businesses, for example, isipin niyo lang po yung restaurant business namin, 'di ba? Ito kasi yung isang point ko, teamwork naman, okay? So, for example, in our restaurant business, hindi naman po teamwork yan with other restaurant, diba? Hindi naman namin sasabihin, pwede ba doon na lang kayo kumain sa kabila, diba? Wala silang mga tao, diba? Hindi teamwork, walang ganun, no? It's competition in the traditional business. But in USANA, even if hindi mo kalinya, sometimes our crossline leaders, willingly they would train, willingly they would teach us, no? So that's what I appreciate about the business of USANA, and we don't have that in any other business, okay? And character building and molding din talaga, and modeling. So, and not only our leaders, our team, diba? We really help each other, build each other up, build the organization. Merong iba sasalo talaga sa'yo kung may mangyari sa'yo or hindi siya makapresent, other people would really volunteer, right? So they push you, tama yun, they push you up, no? They don't push you down. So sa USANA lang na kailangan matulungan mo yung iba na mag-income para mag-income ka din. So it's really a win-win situation. And of course, our USANA corporate staff, no, na amazingly, they would really have like this, no, trainings for us that they're dedicated also in our growth, no. So I really appreciate that that they would really have organized even yung mga events natin, guys, na yung ating convention, sobrang grabing preparations yon, no, but excellently, like the USANA core values, diba? So they have excellence talagang isang core value in the USANA business. So we have dedicated team leaders, corporate staff, no, that really work to help us build our business. So that is the difference. So I think na-guess nyo na ba ang ating acronym? Okay, so talagang mabilis to si Mads, okay? Ayan, so yan na, no, business professionalism at lastly. All right, so as a review, tama yun, no, COVID. So C, capital, low capital, but high business growth, or may potential for bigger profit or bigger business. O, we can do the business online, offline. So, portable business siya, very flexible time or flexible business. V, value for money. So, we have value for the money. Our products, not just the products that we have, but also the business that we can get, no, with the products or the products that we got, right? So, there is value for money. I is inheritable, which we are not just the business that is inheritable, but the values or yung work ethic na mapapasa natin, no, sa mga people around us, even our teammates, no, that it can be inherited, na it is a legacy that we leave, right? And then D, the dedicated team, not just our team, no, the USANA team that you have, but the team also, the whole USANA team, from the corporate to the leaders to the cross lines to our many Million Dollar Club members, no? So that is one whole team in itself. So COVID, alam niyo ko po na hindi niyo yan makakalimutan, di ba? Kasi very, the well-known term natin to the whole time of pandemic. So that's why po, if you sell our business opportunity, you have to remember these things, no? Kasi ito yung difference natin from the others na in the market right now. So this is the big difference that we have, all right? So, ayan. So I'll also close with this. Okay? So sabi nga sa Matthew 12, 34 to 37, out of the overflow of your heart, your mouth speaks. So store up life in your heart. So more importantly, guys, when you sell your business opportunity in USANA, know your intentions. Okay? So I'd always say, dapat good yung intention mo, right? Do you want to help? No, number one is helping your that person sa product, or helping that person have a better life to the opportunity of USANA. So yung intentions mo kasi mag-overflow po yan sa yung intentions ng heart mo, mag-overflow yan sa yung pagsasalita, no? So you have to check also your intentions when you share to a prospect, okay? So it's very important po that you also, yung inisip mo na you want to bless that person as well, right? So kasi po kung points lang yung iniisip natin, lalabas din siya. Magiging din po siya, guys, mag-reflect yan sa ating pananalita, no? So that's why check your intentions always. So check the overflow of your heart, all right? And whatever you do, do it with all your heart and with all your soul. So whatever you do, whether you are prospecting, you are inviting, you are training, no? So you do it excellently, do it with your heart. And for me, very importantly, it's for the glory of the Lord. So very important po talaga yon na we know the goal of why we are sharing as well. And we do it with the commitment, utmost excellence. Ayan. So, as a review, sige nga, COVID. Okay. Pakilagay ulit, guys. Pakitype nga dyan, COVID. Okay. Type COVID. Ayan, great. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So I hope you learned something from my short training tonight. So I hope this would be of value to you as we share, no, our business opportunity to our friends, to our family, to the people around us, no, and be a blessing to them in this time that everybody around the world is also suffering. But we are the light of the world in this time. All right. So thank you, guys, for your time. Thank you, everyone. And thank you for the corporate staff for having me tonight. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Miss Tanya. No, what a great evening, no, of learning, full of learning. Definitely, hindi bago sa atin yung mga tinuro ni Tanya, but then it's an eye-opener, no, na talagang sharing the business opportunity to our friends, to our family members. No, you have to really be intentional, all right? Dapat, ma'am, you have to also to remember yung mga 5 key points na shinare niya sa atin ngayong gabi. Hindi ko na uulitin yung 5 key points. Alam ko, very memorize nyo na yon, no? Very famous word siya ngayon. And thank you, Tanya, for giving us those key points, no, na madaling tandaan. Ayan, very, 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 alam ko yung retention niya sa mga listeners and sa ating participants this evening, no, talagang mataas yung retention ng mga itinuro mo sa amin ngayon. So with that, maraming salamat. And to our participants who are in this call this evening, maraming salamat po for taking time to join us no, for another learning session from our Emerald Director, Tanya Peke. So with that, see you again tomorrow for another online business series on how to become a USANA expert. All right. So that's from our Diamond Director, Ivy Sepe. So hopefully we will see you again tomorrow. Thank you everyone and have a great evening. Thanks Tanya. Bye po.